Yes, it's springtime in the Mule Mountains, and every spring, scores of world-class cyclists converge right here in Bisbee, Arizona to participate in a grueling 3-day weekend event. Known as the Vuielta de Bisbee, this national prestige classic cycling event has gained national notoriety. Why? Well, we're going to let some of the cyclists tell you that for themselves. But I think you're going to find that they all have basically the same thing to say, and that is, in this 5-stage event is a criterium which is considered to be one of the toughest in the United States. We're here at the start line with Mr. Tom Boyden from the United States Cycling Federation. He's the chief referee, and, well, maybe, Mr. Boyden, you could tell us a little bit more.
Well, we're about ready to start stage 1 in a little less than an hour. Things are going smoothly, always hectic, a little bit hectic as usual, but things are pretty well under control. We have about 200 racers altogether in two races, a huge women's field with respect to what has normally occurred in women's racing. We have over 60 women, 60 to 70 women, which is an excellent turnout. And I'm looking forward to some good bike racing. We've just had a riders meeting, and I think the riders understand what we're looking for from them. And the DPS is here in support. Everything's blowing and going.
That's good. I know we've got a lot more this year than we've ever had before, so this is an extra big turnout. Listen, the United States Cycling Federation has designated this as an NPC this year. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's part of a national series of important races which will be used to help select the national team.
This is the 19th anniversary of bicycle racing here in the southeastern Arizona. This is Arizona's premier bicycle stage race.
Rider 113, Rider 145.
Almost in your walk. 1 minute. They gotta do
Now, the first 2 days, pretty exciting, but the better things are happening over the weekend.
Here comes the lead motorcycles. And it looks like 3 riders in the lead. Come on, Bisbee, Arizona. Let's make some noise. Who's going to be the champion of stage number 3, the Vuielta de Bisbee? And it's going to be taking the number 404 from Team Bodywise. Congratulations going out to Marianne Bergman.
How are the winds out there?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I remember last year though that we had hurricane winds, so I thought it was pretty nice day outside. It wasn't too bad.
Coming down, what was it like during this last 100 meters, Ken? You had the lead. Did you want it bad?
Well, I looked at the flags, the streamers, and I saw that I had a tailwind, and I reasoned that it's slightly downhill from that corner. Right. So I just stuck it in a big gear and went for it. And I started my sprint basically back there by the corner.
And nobody got around you. Kent, I don't know if you know it or not, but it was 4 hours, 19 minutes, and 55 seconds. You shattered the course record by 10 minutes.
Well, that's good because the pros were here last year, and we like to show everybody that it's still a bike race even without them.
You bet. Well, Kent, when were you the overall champion here? What year?
89.
89, and you've ridden it, I say 18 times. Is that correct?
Well, I get, yeah, almost as many. I think I missed the first year, 86 or 76.
76. How about one more round of applause to the unofficial winner, Kent Bostic of Team Shackley, winning today. Congratulations, Kent.
What does the NPC mean to the bikers and yourself?
Well, NPC stands for National Prestige Classic, which is a special designation given by the United States Cycling Federation for a select few races in the country in order to help determine riders to represent the United States in the World Championships.
Mr. Hopper, La Vuelta de Bisbee has been running for about 11 years, and we're kind of a small town down in the southeast corner of the United States here.
Yeah.
What was behind the choosing of Bisbee and La Vuelta for the NPC?
Well, you just have a tremendous reputation across the country. I wouldn't let the fact that your location have anything to do with the quality of the race that you put on. The fact that you have some very tough courses and it's very challenging series of events is what really is the reason why it was selected, and primarily just because of your tremendous reputation throughout the country as putting on a tremendous race.
Gene, can you give us a rough idea of what kind of economic impact these races have on Bisbee itself?
You know, we've always talked about doing a data study on that kind of thing. We've never done one, but it must have a tremendous economic impact when you're adding 165 competitors plus their support teams and the spectators here. And we recognize the fact that every hotel room in town is booked far in advance, plus riders staying in private homes with friends, all of the food that they purchase, the gasoline they purchase. It makes a big difference. La Vuelta weekend is a very big weekend in Bisbee.
La Vuelta de Bisbee has become a tradition. The folks who can race here are in top-notch condition. The hills and the streets make the course tough and long. To finish La Vuelta, you've got to be strong.
So who laid out the course?
I, of course, laid out the course. Why do you ask?
It's a tough one.
Yes, it is a tough one. When I was racing, I always enjoyed the toughest ones the most. They were the most memorable ones. The racers don't remember easy races. It's no challenge. I also enjoyed hill climbs, and I wanted to give them a challenge in a hill climb.
Some of the racers have said that this is the toughest course they've ever raced. How do you think it compares with some of the other courses in this country?
I agree with them. In Europe, racing it can be this difficult. The American race promoters have tended to be easy on cyclists, and it has not prepared them for international racing. The Vuelta is not like that. It prepares a rider for international competition because of the difficulty of the course.
Look, I'm not the chief referee today. I'm an innocent bystander. I'm here as the governor of Arizona to say to all of you from all over the United States, indeed from all around the world, we're pleased to have you here for La Vuelta de Bisbee. And this is an incredible tribute to a lot of people in this town who have put together in 10 years a race which is now one of the handful, 25, 26 national prestige classic races. It's a great tribute to this terrific town. Let's have a great race. Thanks for being here.
Was tough. Boy, that last time coming up that thing, oh, it was awful.
In our next episode, a closer look at the riders, the winners, and their reactions to La Vuelta de Bisbee.